You'd think I'd be smart enough to actually test and see, get logged in before I go. Alrighty. Hello, everyone. This is Princess Pearl, and I'm here still learning how to stream. I only streamed for about 20 minutes last time I was on, so I didn't really bother saving any sort of progress. But today I am going to be playing Quest for Glory 1, So You Want to Be a Hero. This is a game that was originally released back in the 80s, and then it had a 1990s re-release to improve the graphics and the general gameplay, going from a parser to a point-and-click interface. One of my favorite games of all time, one of my favorite series of all time. I'm going to be playing this series through from game 1 through to game 5, because eventually, as is the goal of playing games on this channel, at least currently, is to get to the mermaids. So, this game does not have any dialogue, so any recorded dialogue, so I'm going to be reading everything out. This is also going to be some good practice for me, learning how to actually talk through an entire stream. So, here we go. The software you are now using was produced through the efforts of many people: designers, artists, programmers, musicians, and lots of other hard-working folks. If you make copies of the software for any reason other than to make a personal backup, you are not only breaking the law, but raising the cost of software for all legitimate users. Please do not make illegal copies of this game, because you wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal. Okay. Just double checking, making sure that I actually have my information here correctly. Quest for Glory, yes. Last time I logged in, I accidentally was still listed as playing Dredge, so I'm sure the one person who decided to follow along was very confused. All right. Oh, by the way, you'll need the information contained in the printed documentation to successfully complete this game. In other words, not just the law. It's a good idea. I no longer have a physical copy of... Actually, for this game, I might have hung on to my actual physical copy of the documentation, but it might not be here. It might be back at my parents' place. So we will see. Oh! The Sierra Fanfare. My childhood. And also my teenagerhood and a good chunk of my early 20s. All right. There is an introduction, quote unquote, in this game, but honestly, it is just the credits. So we're going to skip that, and we are going to start a new hero. Choose your character. Quest for Glory 1 is an RPG in a very loose sense. You do have a choice of 3 character types, as we just saw: the fighter, the magic user, and the thief. My personal favorite is always the magic user. I like being a magical girl. Thief is also pretty good. There's a lot more sort of scenes and content with the thief, but I don't like being naughty. I want to be a goody two-shoes. But fighter honestly is boring. Fighter is sort of, you go through the game and you just hit stuff. Magic user, that's for the smarties. So magic user, I shall be. Alright, name. We're gonna go with Twinkle Toes. Alright, so Quest for Glory has 2 sort of stat systems. On the left side here, we have strength, intelligence, agility, vitality, luck, and magic. On the right side here, we have skills: weapons use, parry, dodge, stealth, pick, locks, throwing, and climbing. Now, the attributes are things that just everybody has. I'm going to have some sort of levels in this, whereas weapons use, sorry, the abilities are things that you actually have to be trained in. So, for example, I don't know how to parry. Don't know how to sneak. I don't know how to pick locks. I don't know how to throw things. I don't know how to climb. In this game, if I don't start with some sort of bonus in these, I can never learn it. So there is possible to actually add to these. Like if I wanted to learn how to throw, I can add points into that. But I started out with 50 points. It took 15 to just get 5. So 5, 35. Whoops. 0 to 50. So I don't need any of these skills in order to actually get by in life. But what I do need in order to be a successful magic user is to increase my intelligence, to increase my magic. And what a lot of people ignore is adding something to your vitality. Now, these stats on the left-hand side, they also affect sort of my survival stats down here at the bottom. So if I increase my strength, that increases my health. If I increase my intelligence, it increases my magic. Agility increases my stamina. Vitality increases both stamina and health. Luck is used for sort of randomness. It's useful. Like honestly, there's not a lot of spots where luck will come into things. At least not over a longer play. Like you can just always try things again. So I'm not going to bother adding anything much to luck. Let's just get all my skills back down to the basics. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so strength is also important because that affects how much stuff you can carry, and I like to pick up everything that isn't nailed down. So I'm going to throw a little bit extra into strength. Magic user intelligence is very important. I'm going to throw a little bit into my agility, just because I hate running from place to place and then getting the "you're so tired, your whole body hurts" message, and then you can't run anymore. Vitality, because I like health. I don't want to die. I'm going to give 2 into that. And then into magic. You know, just because I like to get all the way to full 100s on my skills, I am going to put that last little bit into luck, just so that I don't have to grind for forever. Alright, so Twinkle Toes, the magic user. Here's who I am. Let's start the game. Oh, I start off with 1 point for doing absolutely nothing. That's nice. This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are 2 people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person, smoking a pipe, looks like he might be the sheriff. The man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You're lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the paths again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we certainly could use a hero around here. I'm Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Good luck in your quest. Okay. Do. So this is a Sierra point and click adventure, so I've got a few main options for what I can do. I can walk around, I can look at things, I can pick up or interact with things, I can talk to people. I also have a special menu, which allows me to, this is running, this is sneaking, this is sleeping. This allows me to look at my character chart. Oops. This gives me the time of day. This closes that. So my character sheet, that's what I just filled out. Quest for Glory is one of the actual talkiest games in the sort of point and click era of Sierra Adventures. A lot of games such as your space quests, your king's quests, you click on a person, you say stuff. You don't really have a choice in what you say. Whee! Boing, bounced off my head. Good job, Otto. But in Quest for Glory, you get options. This is based on back in when the game originally came out. This was a text parser, so you would type out ask about mountain, ask about town, ask about monsters, and you get lots of different information. I'm going to ask about the mountain. You should know you came down from there. I know I should probably be giving him a German accent, but if I try and do a German accent, it sort of gently fades into, I don't even know what it is. It's not German. At least not if I'm trying to be sort of people's German, like if I'm going for sort of like a high German type thing, I can do it, but that's not right for our boy Schultz here. Let's ask about the town. This town was named after the barons of Spielburg. It used to be a lively place to be before the brigands came and drove all the business away. You can find a place to stay at the inn next door. You can learn about jobs available at the guild hall down the street. If you're interested in magic, you should visit the magic shop. There's still plenty to do and see here in Spielburg. Let's ask about the Baron. Baron Stefan keeps mostly to himself at the castle north of here. We haven't seen him here in town for years. Magic. Just next to the inn is a small magic shop. The owner, Zara, will let you in if you have some abilities in that area. She's a strange one, all right. Now, that's not true. You can get into the magic shop no matter what your character class is. There's just not much that can be bought from her. There's no real point. But she has some important information, so that's fun. The inn. Go talk to the innkeeper. He will help you there. Thanks. The guild hall. The guild hall is at the southwest corner of town. If you're looking for work, that's a good place to go. All right, let's ask about monsters. The monsters come down from the mountains every winter, but they're usually gone by now. The Baron just doesn't have enough men to handle them. Luckily, I'm here! Yay! Wolfgang is the one to talk to about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. Did I ask about Wolfgang before? I don't remember. I'm going to ask again. Wolfgang down at the guild hall is the one to talk to about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. Thanks. I did ask about the guild hall. All right, the brigands. There's a whole band of brigands hiding out somewhere in the mountains around us. They robbed a merchant just last week. Got a fair amount of treasure, I hear. The merchant. The one who was robbed? He's staying at the inn, I believe. Asked about the inn already. Treasure. Obtaining treasure involves putting yourself in danger. If you're brave, foolish, or lucky, you might get some treasure. Oh, right, that's what luck does. Luck sort of affects how likely you are to get treasure off monsters. because it's just a little RNG thing. But just hunt a lot of monsters and I'll be fine. Danger. My friend, this world's filled with dangers. Sometimes I think it might be better to choose your danger rather than sitting around waiting for it, as I seem to do. But enough of the philosophical rambling. I'm content enough to be Sheriff of Spielburg. Let's see. Doesn't sound like you're content enough. Let's see. Name. I am Sheriff Schultzmeister, son, and this is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Let's ask about Otto. Otto is a big help to me. He's very smart for a goon. His prisoners only suffer a few broken bones when he grabs them. It took a bit of doing to teach him to bring prisoners back alive, but he hardly ever forgets now. I can talk to Otto, but I get no response. Nothing? I can look at his yo-yo, though. Gosh, that's an authentic wham blame of 3 scoops of a man, a hilarious gregarious floats in the air. It's yo-yo! Okay. Now I can go explore the town. I can go into the inn. What time is it? If I click on this, and I click on the hourglass, it's midday. So I got lots of time. You know what, oh gosh. Speed go up. There we go. Actually, a good thing to do is to run everywhere. Just because if you're running around, then you actually are basically exercising, and it helps increase your stats. I enter the Adventurers Guild Hall. This Adventurers Guild Hall reminds you of the one in your hometown. The traditional moose head and other stuffed monsters, saurus, troll, griffin, dragon, cheetah, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls. You see a registration book on the table and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated near the window must be the guildmaster. He is snoring. Alright, in every Quest for Glory game, there is an Adventurers Hall of some sort. This is where you get your main quests. Also some basic things that can get you some cash. It's where you can, in some of the games, you can actually practice your skills there. You can do that in 2... Actually, no, there isn't technically an Adventurers Guild in 3, but you can go to an area to train your skills. And in 4, there's an Adventurers Guild. In 5, there's an Adventurers Guild, but you can't train anything there. If you're playing as a thief, there is also the opportunity to see the Thieves Guild. But I'm not a thief. I'm a goody two-shoes. Good boy. So the first thing to do upon entering a guild hall is check out the logbook. Woo, and I got 4 points for that. This entry was made several years ago, it says. Baronet Bernard von Spielburg killed a troll near the Flying Falls on this 23rd day of October. Loading. The other pages record the exploits of the great adventures of Spielberg's past. The names Wolfgang Abenture and Baron Stefan von Spielberg appear most often. The remaining pages are blank, awaiting further tales of adventure. Hey, guess what? I'm gonna make it not blank. I grab the pen. You sign your name in the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. And now if I look at it, wow, usually it says my name. What? Aww. Alright, this is certainly a weird one. You've never seen anything quite like it. The plaque reads, Antwerp, slain by 2 guys from Andromeda. This is a reference to Space Quest, which was written by, Scott Murphy, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but in my defense, it's currently 1:36 in the morning where I am, so brain not necessarily working all of the way, but because they were just goofing around when they created Space Quest, they decided, oh, it's been written by the two guys from Andromeda. Let's see what we've got here. The head is like a panther's, with a strong human-like quality. It's still rather frightening. The plaque reads, Cheetar, slain by Wolfgang Aventur. Him. Even in death, this monster remains awesome. The plaque reads, Dragon, slain by Baron Stefan von Spielburg. It looks like it must have been a particularly nasty troll. You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark forest. The plaque reads, Troll, slain by Wolfgang Aventur. This crossbreed of eagle and lion could have torn a man apart when it was alive. The plaque reads, Griffin, slain by Wolfgang Aventurer. You never saw a purple saurus before you came to Spielburg, but it looks like a really stupid monster. The plaque reads, Saurus, slain by Hans Hafwitten. This lets you know that sauruses are pretty easy to kill. The problem is, sauruses don't have pockets, so they're not profitable to kill. And then the plaque under the moose says, courtesy of the Sierra Online prop department. Well done. A past adventurer's armor suit. You wonder why he doesn't need it anymore. Then you see the Cheetar claw marks. Let's see. The tapestry is so rotten it would probably fall apart at the slightest touch. So, things we have learned from just this scene. We see that a lot of these monsters were very fearsome, and most were slain by either the Baron or Wolfgang, showing that they were both active adventurers in their past, but they've fallen on hard times. Like the guild hall is all ratty now. The guild hall master snoozing away. Like basically, adventuring is at a low at this point. But if I... Oh, it's creepy that he does that with his eyes open. Ah, I was so busy I didn't notice you come in. Welcome, welcome. It's so seldom that we have new adventurers here. Most people think this valley is cursed. Let's talk. Oh, what a glorious day it was. Oh, hello there. Yes, there we go. Guildhall. This is where an adventurer can find out who needs someone brave and courageous. There are many jobs on the bulletin board over there. It's also a good place to talk about adventures on a cold afternoon. We used to play cards here once a week as well, but there are too few adventurers in Spielberg anymore. They all died from monsters or brigands, or they just got too old. Adventurers. Did I ever tell you about the time when Schultz and I rid the Valley of Antwerps? Yeah, we were real adventurers then. This was a real guild hall. And we were just old men. It's just a place to tell old stories. In the manual that actually comes with the book, there are descriptions of all of these monsters. There's descriptions of the different types of heroes and what they could eventually grow to be. That sort of character progression never really got fleshed out in the series, unfortunately, but you get to learn what the heck a Cheetar is, what a Saurus is, what an Antwerp is, because those aren't things anywhere else. Monsters. You can see some of the types of monsters that live around here if you look on our walls. There are trolls, griffins, cheetars, mantrays, and goblins wandering in the woods. Now here there are even some ogres and Saurus Rexes back in this valley. There was a time when Schultz and I had gotten rid of most of the monsters around here. We're just too old for that now. And now I can find out all of the information about them. Trolls are very tough. Fortunately, they only come out at night. The woods are very dangerous at night. Saurus. The Saurus is a monster easy to avoid and easy to kill for a skilled adventurer. Ogres. Ogres are a lot like goons, but even meaner. Not as bright, though. Goblins. Goblins are not tough, but when they gang up, they can take out an unwary adventurer. Cheetar. Cheetars are ferocious creatures that charge out of nowhere and try to tear you to shreds. Sometimes they succeed. Mantrays. Those weird things are magical. They're best avoided. Thanks. Saurus Rex. Don't mistake those things for Sauruses. When they come at you, it is sometimes best just to run away. Let's ask about something else. Bulletin board. Over on the wall over there is where the jobs are posted for adventurers. Some have been there a long time now. There just aren't too many good adventurers around here lately. It's just me. I'm good. Okay, so this is a weird little sequence break. I haven't actually looked at the board yet, but I can ask about the things that I see on it. You need to talk to either the Baron or the healer about that. Rewards in general. Healer, her house is just north of the town gate. She's a nice woman. The castle. The castle is just north of the healer's house. Trophies. Schultz and I killed most of the monsters on those walls. I don't think you did. I don't think Schultz did. This Wolfgang. Wolfgang. Baron. Wolfgang. Yeah, Schultz didn't kill any of these. Stolen valor. I'm gonna ask about all these things anyways. Dragon. One day, years ago, a pair of dragons tried to take over our valley. We adventurers rode out to meet them. I can still see Stefan von Spielburg charging forward on his black horse. He slew that dragon whose head you see on the wall. The other one flew off. I hear people see that other dragon flying high overhead sometimes, but it has never dared to attack us again. Antwerp. This valley was overrun by those odd monsters one year. Schultz and I fought long and hard to rid the valley of the things. Might have failed even so had it not been for those two peculiar tourists who came to our aid. Tourists. They said they were from some place called Andromeda? Must be someplace south of here, I guess. They certainly were odd. Moose. That was the most vicious moose I ever saw. Nearly bit my nose off. Yeah, but you did. It's courtesy of the CR Prop Department. Speaking of the moose, you will find that there are a lot of Monty Python references throughout this. The moose is sort of a reference to Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the opening credits sequence where there are subtitles that say, my sister was bitten by a moose once. No, seriously. But that's not what we're actually playing here. Troll. I remember the day I killed one. It was the biggest I'd ever seen. Put up a tough fight, but I was tougher. You can see the results on the wall. Cheetar. Watch out for cheetars. I bear the scars of my fight with the one on the wall to this day. Still, it is stuffed and I am still alive. And Saurus. I remember when Hans killed the one there. It was a tough fight. For him. Hans Halfwitten. He wasn't much of an adventurer, but he did manage to kill a Saurus before he made the mistake of tangling with a troll. So he dead. He dead. Okay, well, that's all the guild hall stuff. name? I am Wolfgang Abenturer, the guildmaster of this hall. Guildmaster? I'm supposed to keep track of all the adventurers and make sure they sign their names in the log. There was a time when I would go out and rescue foolhardy adventurers who got in too much trouble, but I don't get out much now. Curse. Yeah, with the Baron losing his son and daughter, Baba Yaga, all the monsters, and now the brigands, it's just been one thing after another. It's about the Baron. Baron von Spielburg was once a brave protector of our valley. We used to adventure together when I was younger. No brigand or monster would dare show his face here if the Baron had not angered Baba Yaga. Now it's said he goes nowhere, sees no one. Baron's son. Now there was a hero worthy of the name Bernard von Spielburg. He rode off to hunt one morning 5 years ago, and his horse returned with large claw marks on it. No sign of Bernard's body was ever found. Baron's daughter. Elsa was a beautiful 8-year-old child with blonde hair and sky-blue eyes. She was her father, the Baron's joy. 10 years ago she was carried off by something which flew over the wall and away with her. The search for her lasted many years, but at last everyone gave up except the Baron's jester, Yorick. Ask about Yorick. Yorick was a funny little man, but brave. He swore he would spend his life searching for the Baron's Elsa. Baba Yaga. She is the center of our problems, I think. Baba Yaga is a powerful ogre. Baron von Spielberg tried to force her to leave this valley, but she cursed him. Now the Baron has lost everything but his land, and I don't know how long he will keep that. What our valley needs is a hero. Hero! It's me. A real hero is someone who didn't start out strong or powerful, but uses his courage and brains and skills to become the best he can be. Okay. And the brigands. There's a reward for anyone who can stop the brigands by capturing or killing the leaders of the brigands. You should read the bulletin board for more information. Spielburg. Spielburg town is small now that most people have been driven off by the brigands. This is such a pretty place, too, with the mountains, forests, and waterfalls. Mountains. The mountains surrounding this valley are very high. Snow covers the tops all year long. The only way out of Spielburg Valley is through the pass, though I hear that it is blocked by snow again. The general idea of this is that I, a recent graduate of the Famous Adventurers Correspondence School, have come through the pass, and then it got blocked off. So now I'm stuck here until I actually solve all of everybody's problems. This is my first adventure. I'm a learning baby. Forests. The forests are full of monsters and strange creatures. There are some nice waterfalls to the southeast of town. They fill Mirror Lake, which is lovely, but icy cold all year round. Waterfalls. Oh, I've read that already. This town used to be a thriving city before the brigands drove most of the people off. Magic shop. I don't know much about magic, but the woman who runs that place scares me. Dragoons. Casper at the store would like to be an adventurer, so he says. Spends too much time dreaming and not enough doing, I think. Tavern. I've never liked that place. The bartender smiles all the time, but he's not very friendly. Crusher lives up to his name. It's nasty even for a goon. Ask about goon. A goon is a lot like an ogre. Oh, I asked about goons already. No, I didn't. A goon is a lot like an ogre, not as tough, but a little smarter. The sheriff's Otto and Crusher at the tavern are both goons. Bakery. I think the bakery is almost always closed now. Baker tries to stay away from his wife. Ooh, the gossip. I don't think the butcher shop is open much anymore either. Farmer's Mart. The Farmer's Mart is run by the Centaurs. Heinrich. Oh, I've never had to say this word out loud before. Ferdefedern. Ferdefedern. Ferdefedern? Ferdefedern. Go with that. There are not too many centaurs in this land. Heinrich and Hilda are good people. Okay. Heinrich Ferdefedern and his daughter Hilda. That's all. Okay. Got so wrapped up in trying to figure out how to say that timed out. Let's see, something else. Something else. Let's ask about you. Hi, Schultz. Schultz Meisterson and I have been friends a long time. He too was once a real adventurer. Now he's just the sheriff of this town. Ask about Otto. I like Otto, even if he is a goon. Schultz has him almost trained. Ask about goons already? Okay, that's everything. Gonna take a look at the notice board. Reward for return of lost ring. Inquire at the healers. This poster is rather dusty and faded. The picture of a small child with braids. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielburg. Inquire at Spielburg Castle gates. Reward of 30 gold coins for the capture or death of the brigand warlock. Description: short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. Has habit of laughing continually. Inquire at Spielburg Castle gates. Wanted brigand leader. Description: unknown appearance. Wears a cloak. Must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward of 60 gold coins and title Hero of the Realm. Inquire at Spielburg Castle gates. Notice: spell components needed. Cash or trade for potions. Inquire at the healers. Oops. This poster seems to have been here a while. It is a picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the return of Baronet Bernard von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielburg Castle gates. I think they have Inquire at Spielburg Castle gates just like as a wooden stamp. Just plop that on everything. So these are sort of my current quests. If this was a modern RPG, these is what would be showing up in my active quest log. But because this is an older game and they actually trusted you to use your brain or write things down, I just have to remember all of this. Which I have played this game for so many times that I do. Okay, so that is it for the Adventurers Guild. I never have to come in here again. So let's scoot. Where's the... There we go. So that's the guild hall. Over here. The eye over the magic shop door seems to be watching you. The little lady, she's the only sane person here. At least, she's not off her rocker. If I was a thief, which I am not, I'm a goody two-shoes, I'd be able to break in here in the middle of the night and steal her goods. Oops. I do have some few things in my inventory. I have some money. I've got 4 gold pieces, 10 silver pieces, which is, this game works off of base 10. So 10 silver pieces is 1 gold piece. So a lot of times people forget that and end up thinking like, oh, well, that's only 10 silver pieces, like 11 silver pieces, that's fine. And then they run out of money. I have a little bit of food, 5 food rations, each weighs 0.3 pounds. I have a leather jerkin and a dagger. So, in this game, you do need to eat. So you got to always have rations on you, as well as you can eat at the inn. And there is a special place where you can get food for free. Go foraging. But it's kind of out of the way, so if you're aiming to do like sort of to play the game in the most efficient way, saving the most money, not having to bother with conversations and stuff. It's a good place to go, but no, I like to visit all of the people and see all of the things. I've come to the end of the main street. The town wall is to the south. You have an eerie feeling when someone is watching you. Is it the eyeball or is it the old lady? One of the two. All right, let's go into the magic shop. Ooh. Spooky music. So spooky. Alright, but where's my generic? Scrolls covered. I just want like a generic looking around. The ceiling is shrouded with clouds of smoke. It looks like a sculpture of some weird bat-winged creature. You see a wide variety of arcane objects. For example, a toaster oven, very rarely used. Electricity hasn't been invented yet. Crystal balls, useful only for those initiated into the ways of witches, which I am not. There are a few Dead Sea Scrolls, a couple of Red Sea Scrolls, a C++ scroll written in assembly language, and others even more esoteric. You see a wide variety of arcane objects, including bottles of mephitic potions. Ooh. Books dealing with sorcery, necromancy, and other occult subjects. Dried matre jerky. A balance scale. Zara uses it to measure powders and to maintain the magical balance. A hooded robe for when it rains in here. Tinsel and chaff. Very good for avoiding radar. Okay, so that's looped all the way around. Is there anything else specific I can look at in here? Coals are glowing. It's a bowl of pretty little fish. The jar is filled with a corrosive-looking green substance. The floor is almost completely covered by a strange symbol. It's not a pretty sight. More magic things. Okay, so if I move forward... Ah, my God, it's alive! Hi, Zara. I am Zara, and my companion is Damiano. The items in this shop are designed for those skilled in the use of magic. That's me! Ask about Zara. I am both human and fairy folk. I draw my power from both. My name is Zara. This is my shop. Fairy folk. We are a people of power and magic, and live in the forests far beyond the mountains to the west. Now, as you go through the Quest for Glory series, there is very much a map of where things are. You go through what was originally supposed to be 4 and then became 5 separate countries. Originally there was all this huge big plan of each game and each land was supposed to be representative of a season, of an element, and then between game 2 and game 3 they realized, oh, we're not sort of at the point in the hero's journey where we want it to be, like he's not powerful enough for what we want him to do, so we're gonna check another game in there. That is Quest for Glory 3, which is regarded as one of the weaker games, but I love it. I like it a lot. And maybe if I keep this up, we will get there someday. Let's see. But I was just thinking, she says it's to the west, and there is a very actual map of this world, which is colloquially known as Gloriana. And I'm trying to remember what country is supposed to be the west. Is that Solarian? I don't know. Maybe I will look that up. Maybe I won't. Let's ask about power. Power is the essence of magic, that which the wizard shapes and is shaped by. Ask about Damiano. Damiano is both my familiar and my friend. We share our lives and our magic. There are a few powerful magic users that you meet throughout the series that actually have familiars. You can never get your own familiar in the series, which is kind of disappointing, but they'd have to like create its own little movement AI, or it'd end up being like Cedric from King's Quest V, and nobody wants that. Ask about familiar. A familiar is a creature of magical abilities which has been summoned to serve the wizard. The summoning of a familiar is a most powerful spell and can be cast but once. It binds the wizard and the familiar to the ends of their lives. The more powerful the wizard, the more powerful the familiar, although you cannot always judge power by a familiar's shape. That's about magic. If you have the skill of magic, you can learn the ways to cast spells by reading magical scrolls. Without the skill, you have no power. The more you practice spell casting, the greater you shall become. Ask about initiation. When you have mastered 9 spells, have the power to cast all, and proven yourself worthy by accomplishing a great deed, then you must undergo initiation to become full wizard. There is a place in the distant south where you must journey, but first you must become a hero here. And to the south is Shapir. So there's lots of things in this game that go like, to the south, Shapir, it's important, pay attention, think about Shapir a lot. Wizard. A wizard is one who both shapes magic. Oh, no, you just used that same line. A wizard is both one who shapes magic and is shaped by it. Erasmus and I are the only wizards in this valley. Which is interesting, because we just saw a note saying, hey, take care of that warlock. Ask about Erasmus. Erasmus is a wizard and a spellcaster who knows much about this area. He lives in a tower northeast of town at the top of a steep mountain called Zauberberg. He can be very helpful if approached properly, but he has a strange sense of humor. Power Potion. The Power Potion restores your magical energy and costs 75 silver. Yeah, she's got a business to run. Journey. There are many entrances to the halls of magical mastery in the south. After you have gained skill and a good reputation in magic, you should journey south. If you're indeed worthy of being a wizard, you'll find a way to those halls. Hero. Master the arts arcane, use those skills to vanquish the evil curse, and you will become a true hero. And Spielburg. There is much magic in this world for those who know how to use it. There is magic in this little town, and a good deal of magic in this valley. In the town, there is an aura protecting this town from danger. Within most of its walls, there can be no act of violence or cruel magic. Even so, it is prudent to avoid dark places. Ooh, spooky! Ask about the aura. An aura is a spell of protection surrounding something. The town is still protected by the aura cast by the great spellcaster Irana. Ask about Irana. Irana was a powerful spellcaster who lived long ago. She brought peace to this valley. Even now, her spell protects this town from violence or foul magic. Her final resting place is due north of town, and it is a place of both safety and healing. It is known as Irana's Peace. Irana is a huge character throughout this series. Her presence is sort of seen in every single game, even though you don't meet her for quite some time. Yes. Oh, okay. One great thing about this game is there isn't the concept where sometimes people will in some games, if you ask the same question twice, character will go, I already told you about that. You can ask things as many times as you like in this, so if I accidentally click through things, it's fine. There is much power in this valley, and it attracts those who use magic. I am here. Erasmus has his house on Spielburg, and even Baba Yaga has her hut cooped up somewhere around here. Hans. Ask about Erasmus. Erasmus is a wizard and a spellcaster who knows much about this area. He lives in a tower northeast of town, at the top of a steep mountain called Spielburg. I already asked about him. Let's ask about Baba Yaga. She is a powerful and wicked hag. You would be wise to avoid her. She cursed the Baron von Spielburg when he tried to drive her away. Ask about her hut. Baba Yaga's hut is magical. It stands on chicken legs, and you must know the rhyme to enter. Ask about the rhyme. I have no interest in entering Baba Yaga's hut, and therefore do not know the rhyme. Ask about the curse. This is Baba Yaga's curse, cast upon the Baron years ago. Ahem. Upon von Spielberg and all his clan, this the curse I now demand. What I will shall come full measure, so shall ye lose all that ye treasure. There is always a way to break a curse. Possibly Erasmus knows more about this. Ask about curse. Erasmus makes a point of studying the effects of magic upon mortals. There is little about magic in this area that Erasmus does not know. Baron. He was once a great leader of this land until he was foolish enough to anger Baba Yaga. Magic shop. What I sell here are merely tools to help those who have power. You may purchase restorative potions and scrolls from which you may learn spells, if you have the potential. Potential. A true magic user has the innate affinity for magic. There is also the ability to store power, which ordinary mortals do not have. Spells. We sell several magical spells on study scrolls. You may purchase Fire Dart for 60 silver, Fetch for 40 silver, or the Open Spell for 30 silver. I also know you can find a spell if you learn the secret of Irana's Peace. So I can ask about a bunch of different spells here. Fire Dart. That is a spell that lets you cast a magical flame upon your enemy. The spell scroll will cost you 60 silver. Fetch. The Fetch spell allows you to lift or lower a lightweight object from a distance. The spell scroll will cost you 40 silvers. Open. It is a spell that allows you at first to unfasten simple locks and knots. As you gain in skill, you can even open doors with it. The spell scroll will cost you 30 silver. Zap. That is the spell that lets you place magical energy upon a weapon. The energy will be released as magical damage when you hit your enemy. Scrolls. The scrolls we sell are magical. You have but to read the spell, and you will learn it. Irana's Peace. To the north of town, surrounded by the mountains, is an alpine valley that is rumored to be the final resting place for Irana, although no one is certain what happened to her. There is certainly a magical place of safety. There is also supposed to be a gift there for magic users who are clever enough to find it. I'm clever. I know what it is. Okay, something else. Potions. We have potions of healing, vigor, and power for purchase from our shop. Power potion. Power potion restores your magical energy, costs 75. The healing potion costs 50 silver. It is made by the healer outside of town. And vigor. Bigger potions restore your stamina after you have exerted yourself. They cost 25 silver each. Now the thing is, I do not know why you would ever buy them from Zara. You can very easily go to the healer and buy them directly from her. Like, cut out the middleman. Just go get them. This is the only game where, in most of the games, you can click on yourself with the talk icon and you can, like, greet and thank and so forth. But this one just says, mumble, mumble, overworked, mumble, mumble, underpaid, mumble, mumble, no control over my life. Which is something that I still just say to myself, oh, so exhausted, everything I do hurts, better get some rest. Jeez. What time is it? Sunset approaches. Oh my gosh. Okay, time to go. Twinkle. Okay, so this is the inn. Stereotypes. Good. Welcome, welcome, traveler, to the Hero's Tale Inn. I am Shameen at your service. May you find what you seek here. Very good food, very good drink, finest in town. Sit, rest, you'll be served by my Shima. Okay, I'm a sit. Take a seat at the table nearest the fire. Oh, it is indeed sad and dangerous times we live in when a man who struggles daily to keep from starving should be robbed of all his earthly possessions. Clap, clap, clap. Stereotypes. Weird stereo furry types. I am Shima. Allow me to serve you, wanderer from afar. Do you wish food or drink? I have 4 food rations. I will order. Room. I give Shameen... Oh, I have to click the actual money thing on her to get it. You have but to give Shameen 5 silvers and you may have a bed to dream upon. Food. We have very good stew of newborn lamb, along with honey chicken for a mere 3 silvers. Coffee is included in the price of the meal. Drink. We have rich black coffee, freshly ground and brewed, as only my people do. Such coffee will bring you to your full alertness. It is but a silver. You know what? I never actually bothered to look and see if coffee will increase my stamina, like my vigor. I just never thought about it before. Questions. It is Shameen who is the speaker for the house, for I have much work to do to serve you. If you wish to know more about such things, then you should speak to him. Your name? I am Shima, which means in the words of the kata, she of the dance. Ask about homeland. Our homeland is far to the south. It is called Shapir. Shapir is where we kata come from. It is warm and glowing, and the sun is always bright. Kata are quiet, gentle people. Dance. It is true I love to dance, but my soul cannot fly so far from home. Merchant. Abdullah will always be our guest and friend. Abdullah too is from the land of Shapir. His name is actually Abdullah Du. It's like, come on. Robbery. Abdullah will be honored to tell you of that. Try and stop him. Shameen. He is my soulmate. Okay. Whoops. Money. Whoop. Money. So I can ask this guy about his name. I am Abdullah Du, son of Ali, grandson of Hassan, and former master merchant of Shapir. Now I'm but a penniless burden among my friends. Ask about the robbery. 2 weeks ago, I was going to be wealthy beyond what you could dream of. I, Abdullah Du, be the first merchant in the valley this year. But my life was shattered by brigands. Brigands. The band of brigands ambushed us just as we crossed the pass into the valley. There were about 12 brigands, including a huge minotaur. There was also a leader and some sort of wizard. They were first used some sort of magic which blinded us, and they overwhelmed my 6 guards and my assistants. All my trade goods taken from before me. I am now but a beggar, living off the generosity of my friends. What magic did they use? The wizard threw something at us that caused my eyes to be blinded with tears and my nose to be forced to sneeze. I was helpless. Oh, here comes food. I bring you that which you ordered. May it please and satisfy you. Plonk! Yeah. Now, important thing, you have to actually click on it and eat it. The food tastes surprisingly good and the drink is delicious. I'm just... Oh gosh, now you're coming back, jeez. Permit me to clear the table for you. They probably didn't really need to play her little theme every time she went in and out. Okay, I am just going to take a look at my character sheet. No, my stamina is that too. So drinking coffee, which says that there was coffee with the meal. No. Now, you see that my health is... So all of the... your skills, your abilities go up. They'll show here in red. So my vitality has gone from 25 to 26. So my health is also, like my total amount that it can be, has gone up to 22. My stamina has gone up to 23. But because I have been running around, I have 2 out of 23. It is possible to die from overexertion in this game, so I'm just going to take it easy. Okay, let's talk to Abdullah some more. The Minotaur. The Minotaur is a creature with the head of a bull and the body of a man. They are said to be very strong. Leader. The leader was wearing a cloak, so I couldn't see his face. His voice was rather high-pitched, though. Wizard. The wizard was very short, and he giggled most of the time. I couldn't understand what he was saying. Guards. Here I pay good money for men to protect me, and what do they do when I need protection? They run away. No one man died to defend my treasure. You just can't hire good guards anymore. All right. Let's ask about his wealth. I had treasures carefully brought from Shapir with me. I even had a magic carpet with me. Friends. Whoops, dang it. I didn't mean to do that. Friends. Even though they too lost a fortune when the brigands stole from me, Shamin and Shima are caring for this frail shadow of a great man. Shima! She's the finest of cooks, outside of myself, that is, but her fine food is as dust in my mouth, for I am but a beggar. Shamin. He is the very prince of Katas. Shapir. Ah, Shapir. Beautiful land of golden sands and shining sun, the heart of civilization. Alas, she is plagued with fierce jinn and ifrits who seek to drive all men and Katas from the land. But I can speak no more of the homeland I shall never see again. Instead, I will die in this cold, forsaken land, bereft of all I love. Merchant. I trade the treasures of one land for that of another, but the brigands have stolen every treasure I had, and I am a merchant no more. Okay, that's everything. So now that I'm sitting, I can actually talk to Shamin. Room. Very nice room. Very soft beds. Finest in town. Only 5 silvers a night. Very good food, very good drink. Finest in town. Sit, rest. You will be served by my Shima. Poor Abdullah sits and tries to forget his loss in food and drink. I think you will not be sorry if you joined him at his table, which I have. Ask about the robbery. Alas, the brigands stole all of Abdullah's wealth and mine own when they robbed his caravan. Now I will be forced to stay in this wet, cold land. Brigands. I know little about them, except they must be wealthy now. Wealth. I hoped to return to my homeland with the profits Abdullah, Shima, and I would make from the caravan. Now I fear we will remain here unless someone deals with the brigands and returns our stolen trade items. Shapir, a land of golden sand and tall mountains, a city of tall buildings and winding streets, a place where Kata can bask in the sun as they sell things in the bazaar. It is our homeland, and a place we long to be. Caravan. In my homeland, a caravan is the only way to travel from city to city. Name. I am Shamin, a poor unfortunate, forced to seek a fortune in this cold land far away from my homeland and my Kata people. Shapir. A land of gold. Oh, I already asked about this. Homeland Kata. Kata? We are a race of desert dwellers and wanderers of the endless sands. Abdullah. Oh, dang it. I didn't mean to do that. Abdullah, there we go. He is a merchant from my homeland of Shapir, a dear friend and a guest here. There you go. Robbery. Alas, the brigands stole all of Abdullah's wealth and mine own when they robbed his caravan. Now I'll be forced to stay in this wet, cold land. Did this just loop through? Do something else? Town. Spielburg is a sad place for an innkeeper, for few travelers visit because of the brigands. Spielburg, this is a cold land for a Kata. He comes in with his wife sometimes for food. He is very wise and generous. Otto, there is no end to the food that one can eat. Inn. This is the Hero's Tale Inn, where Shima and I would be delighted to serve you. The softest and safest beds, the richest and finest of foods await you. You have but to command. Shima. Shima is my beloved. She can cook and keep an inn, as few others. When she dances, there is true magic. If we ever return to Shapir, then she will again dance. And okay, I think that's everything. So now I can get up. May you dream of all the rewards you deserve. You thank Shamin and pay him 5 silvers for the room. Bing. Sleep heals and refreshes you. In QFD 3, 4, and 5, you actually have access to your bedroom, and you can store things there, and you can just hang out there if you need time to pass. But in this game, bedrooms are for sleeping only. Click. Yeah, Okay, let's check out my stats. There we go, my stamina is now fully upgraded. I could have breakfast, but I am not well funded at this time, so not going to do that. You can smell apples as you approach this corner. Good day and welcome to Spielburg. Would you like to buy some of my nice fresh fruits and vegetables? You are in the northwest section of town. The buildings are all brightly painted and the air is filled with the fragrance of apples. This appears to be a farmer's street, to be a market street. Hey, I'm Hilda, daughter of Heinrich Ferdeferdern, the farmer. Ask about farmer. My father is a fine farmer. Ask my father. My father is Heinrich Verdefferder. Getting better at saying that. Farm. We have some land to the north of town. It isn't very big, but we grow many things. You should be here during harvest time. Then you'd see many fruits and vegetables. Mother. My mother's been dead for 3 years now. Still miss her. Okay. Now, this is going to be my first time save scumming, so being a creep. I can ask her about date. This is not asking about the food, the date. Yeah. Thank you, but my father thinks I am too young. He would not permit it. But perhaps next year. She's half horse. She is half horse. No. Now, I was just asking a question. It doesn't affect my score. It doesn't affect, like, there isn't honor in this game, which is something that exists in future games. But I just don't want that on my conscience. So we're restoring. Just didn't ask about that. Didn't need to. Not gonna. Was there anything else in there? No. Okay. Ask about market. This is where I sell things from my father's farm. Vegetables. We have many kinds of fresh vegetables for sale today. There are carrots, rutabagas, parsnips, and potatoes right from the ground at 5 for silver. They are very good for you. Oh, we also have some apples. Ask about apples. There are still some apples left from last season in the barrel. You may buy 10 for a silver, since they are so small. Carrots. Carrots are my favorite vegetable. They're so crisp and sweet. Rutabagas. Rutabagas keep well over the winter months. Parsnips. Parsnips can be made into a tasty pie. Turnips. Turnips are good if you cook them in stews. Something else. Brigands. They have twice robbed my father of his money, and they have tried to steal our food during this winter. That is because we farm outside of town. The brigands would not dare try that in town. The sheriff would stop them fast. Ask about robbery. Many robbers ran up to father as he trotted back to town. My father tried to fight, but they hurt him badly. Then they ran away to the southwest. Sheriff. Our sheriff is very brave. He told me so himself. Thanks. Good job, Schultz. That's it. So I can buy stuff from her, but at this point, I don't really have a reason to, so I am not going to, but I am going to go into the dry goods store. It's a simple but prosperous looking general store. It looks like it might provide some staples that would prove useful to a traveler, such as if an adventuring party asks you to join them. Boop, let's head in. This store looks like a dry goods store, but it smells like a musty library. The stove feels nice on such a crisp day. Behind the counter and on the shelves there are a variety of items for sale. The shopkeeper appears to ignore you while he reads a book. Oh, I'm sorry. My, you look like an adventurer. You don't see too many around here. The brigands tend to get rid of most adventurers before they make it to town. I do try to stock some things adventurers can use. I actually would rather be an adventurer than a shopkeeper, you see. My items are pretty ordinary, though. You probably already have most of them if you've done any adventuring at all. Yeah, I've adventured before. I just need replacements. What's your name? Why, that's me, Cathbert. I've always wanted to be an adventurer. I read about them all the time. The books I was just reading is about adventuring. Well, his voice has changed. Oops, well, we're going with it. Oh, book. Oh, this book? It's about an adventurer who's trying to become a hero. The title is Quest for Glory, A Hero's Death. Great. Great, great, great. Equipment. Unfortunately, I have only standard weapons and equipment. Carry daggers and chain armor. Maybe someday I'll be able to carry magic ones, though. A dagger. Ah, the use of the dagger is most skillful. Gosh, I'm just clicking the wrong button for some reason today. Ah, the use of the dagger is most skillful art. Actually, this particular weapon is longer than most, but still easily concealable. A bargain at 20 silvers. Chain armor. You can get really good protection from my chainmail armor. It's very heavy, though. And I would have to charge you 500 silvers for it. So that would be 50 gold. Food. Adventuring rations aren't the tastiest food in the world, but they'll keep you healthy and alert as you go along. A pack of 10 rations will cost you just 5 silvers. And flask. It's a very good idea to carry an empty flask or two in case you want to pick up a liquid or something else that needs a container. Our flasks are a great bargain at 2 silvers each. Now, I could buy flasks from Casper here, but I can also be environmentally conscious, and I can get flasks when I use potions. Someday I will get out of this town to actually go and visit the healer. Let's see, equipment. Brigands! I don't like to talk about other people behind their backs. The sheriff and Otto protect this town. The sheriff used to be a real adventurer, you know. Hilda. Hilda sells fine produce for a reasonable price. Good. So what all do we have? We have flask, food, dagger, and armor. So I already have a dagger. It's if you are a thief or a fighter, it can be useful to have several daggers because you can actually throw them and do some damage outside of combat. But I don't have any throwing skills, so there's no point in that for me. Armor, that is a long way off. I used to think that the thief and the magic user couldn't wear the armor. It's just hard for them to wear the armor because it is very heavy, so you really got to work on your strength. So basically the only thing I would be buying from him anytime soon would be food. But right now, I will buy nothing, and I will leave. You see a nicely furnished living room through the window. This is the sheriff's house. And if you're a thief, you can break in there, but I'm not a thief. I'm a good boy. So here we are in the seedy part of town. You've come to the northwest corner of town. There is a butcher's sign over the door of the butcher shop. Amazing coincidence. You can see a bakery sign over the door of the other shop. The tavern looks a little run down, and the alley beside it is dark. On the other side of the tavern is a rather practical-looking building, like a workshop. So, Zara, who sells the magic shop seller, has stated that you have to avoid dark areas. So, if you want to be protected by Arana's aura. So, that is the dark area. What to do? The Grubbly place must be an alley. It feels strange here, colder than the rest of town. There are some barrels discarded here. A beggar holds out a bowl towards you. Alms, alms for the poor. Now, an interesting thing is in the graphics for this game, this is like a kid. He's not very old. But in the original EGA game, it's clearly an old man. You meet this character again in a later game, and it's an old man again. So that threw me right off the first time I saw it. because I had only ever played the VGA game, which is why I'm playing it now. Silver for the poor, gold for the poor. Okay, so the only way to talk to this guy is to give him money. I don't have a lot of money right now, so... I can always get more money. Boop. Thanks. You know, it's really tough trying to make a living begging in this town since the brigands started scaring all the trade away. Okay, so I gotta zip through him because after a certain amount of time he wants more money. So, ask about the brigands. Rumor has it someone smart took over, organized them, trained them, that sort of thing, maybe. Nowadays, no one's safe outside of town. Up to that time, the brigands were just pains, dumb guys who sometimes tried to beat up traders outside of town. They sure hurt business. No one's getting rich but them. Night. I remember when people used to stroll around town after dark. There's a spell on Spielburg so that it glows at night. Now the only people out late are the thieves. And out of town, man, you don't dare be out without a light when the sun goes down. The night gaunts will get you. The gaunts. Nobody's ever lived to talk about what the night gaunts are. I sure don't want to find out. Spell. I've heard talk that some kind of magic keeps things peaceful around here. Folks just don't feel like fighting in town, except maybe Crusher. Kind of wonder about this alley at times, though. It feels funny. Sort of like the spell missed it. It's dark at night, too. It's about Crusher. He works at the tavern and he lives up to his name. Thieves. Not usually bothered by them since they don't have much to steal. They are around, though. It's not safe to sleep in the streets at night. Inside you get eaten, inside you get robbed. About time back to work. Alms for the poor, alms. How much money do I have left? 4 gold pieces, 1 silver piece. Okay. One more go. Begging. Beggar gets cash only when others get cash. Nobody's got much money right now, except maybe the brigands. Cash. There's honest work up at the Baron's castle, I hear, but begging's my business. Work. You can get a job cleaning the stable, I understand. It's great if you want to build up muscles or have a place to spend the night. But you won't get rich. I'd rather beg myself. Name? My name's Sam. I've lived here for 5 years now, and I think I'll be heading on once the pass clears of snow. There's supposed to be some good begging in towns to the south. Nice talking to you. Alms for the poor. Alms. South. Heard Silmaria is a good place to be. It's by the sea. Think I'll head there after this. Okay, and that is it. Word of warning to you. Don't drink the dragon's breath. Well, that's what save scumming's for. This building looks old, dark, and a little seedy. The sign above the door depicts a beer stein. A butcher shop. The bakery shop. The shop seems to be closed. There is a sign on the door which says, "Gone fishing." The shop seems to be closed, although there are some dried-up cupcakes in the window. There is a sign on the door which says, "Gone fishing." The pots appear to be just junk. Looks like this door's been closed for a long time. Nope. Into the tavern we go. The grimy window lets little light into this tavern. It smells like stale ale and other more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt, and the bar with sticky beer. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar. To your right, 2 gamblers are playing cards. The bartender glares at you as you enter. So does the ugly goon on the left. You get the impression you are not welcome. You see a crumpled piece of paper under the stool. I'ma take it. Pick up the note. You smooth out the piece of paper and read. B. He's starting to get suspicious. Hold off on our meetings for a bit, but I'll keep you posted by these notes. B. Good. He's starting. Not sure who he is. I know who B is, and I know who B is. But I don't know. I'm honestly not sure who specifically is meant by B. Bartender's ignoring you. Maybe you'd better sit down first. Boop. What What do you want? Name. This is a bar. I serve drinks. You want a drink? Order one. You want answers to stupid questions? Get out. Drinks. Ale, 1 silver. Troll sweat, 5 silver. Dragon's breath, 25 silver. Take your pick. Troll's breath goes down real smooth. Ale. Good for what ails ya. Dragon's breath. It's the house speciality. Count. What do you think I am, a guide dog or something? This is the Aces and Eights Tavern, stranger. Crusher. He don't like his personal affairs discussed. My advice is not to do anything that'll get him upset. Okay, so Nope. Gosh, I'm just clicking every which way. On a save. Bad side of town. Can you save that one? Just a delightful collection of ale, sweat, or breath. So, let's just go for the gold. I'm gonna order the Dragon's Breath. If you want a mug of Dragon's Breath, house rule says it'll have to be cash up front. Cough up the cash. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Crusher. Our friend here wants Dragon's Breath. Goes and gets the mug. Good. There you go. Never tasted anything like it before. Oh, wow. Talk about a fiery brew. Maybe you really shouldn't have tried the Dragon's Breath. Better luck next time, and we hope you saved your game. I did. Just for fun. 1 mug of my fine troll sweat coming up. There you go. Smells like troll sweat. Tastes like troll sweat. By golly, it is troll sweat. And 1 troll sweat is too many. You regain consciousness. After dusting yourself off, you check to make sure you're still in one piece. Unfortunately, you discovered that while you were out, someone managed to relieve you of all of your money. Now you have to find a way to get some money. The street is not the most comfortable place to sleep, and you have to eat sooner or later. However, this was not a good place to sleep. You're stiff and sore all over, and your wallet feels very light. Money pouch is empty. Okay, it says I'm stiff and sore, but that didn't actually affect my health or stamina. It's just interesting little things. But I don't want to lose all my money, so restore. And nothing interesting happens from the ale. Ask about butcher shop. There's a whole lot of meat in town for me to butcher these days. Now, if someone would just bring down the stag in the forest. Oh, I don't actually remember it. Got any 775s? Go fish. The cards, they've been very, very good to me. Got the 806s? Go fish. I'm Butch Beefmeister, the butcher. Got me 208s. Yeah. Fish. There's a river in the south by the Flying Falls which has some good-sized trout. Okay. Ask about the bakery. I haven't been able to get any supplies since the brigands closed off the area. The bakery will reopen as soon as I have some. The butcher's been getting all the good cards. I'm Silas Sourdough, the baker. Mirror Lake to the south is huge fish, but it's pretty dangerous. I could talk to Crusher, but I think that just gets me killed, so I am not going to. What time is it? Okay, day is still dawning. Dun, 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 dun. The breeze is cool, but you feel a shiver deeper than just the cold. You are really on your own now, in a very dangerous place. We will ignore the fact that just yesterday, I walked through this gate just the same in the opposite direction. A map seller from Shapir used to have his stand here, but he's moved on. In Quest for Glory 2, there is a map seller. The town walls merit a very sturdy carved rock. What you can see of the sky through the trees is bright and clear. A heavy forest looms to the south. The trees are just ordinary trees. Carved wooden sign reads Spielburg. No one seems to care much about keeping the town clean anymore. Interesting. The bright smell of fresh herbs mingles with the aroma of wood smoke as you come up to a hut by the side of the road. Beep, beep. A creature looks more like a small flying lizard than a bird. The tree is a large oak. There is a nest on the limb that stretches towards the hut. The house looks cheery and well kept. It has the sign of the healer above the entrance. The door seems to be barred on the inside. Perhaps you should knock. The road winds northward towards a walled castle. Knock, knock. You politely knock on the door. After a moment, you hear the inside bolt slide open. A voice from the inside says, "Come on in." The fragrances of herbs mingle with some rather unpleasant odors as you step into the healer's house. Lovely day, isn't it? My, you look very healthy for an adventurer. You must be new. What can I do for you? I can sell you healing potions if you like. I also buy spell components if you are interested in gathering some for me. Don't mind me, I always have so much to do around here. Ask about healer. Well, my name is Amelia Appleberry, but mostly I'm just known as the healer. I'll be happy to sell you some potions. I live here with my pet, Terry. Ask about pet. Oh, that's my pet, Terry, the pterosaur. He has a girlfriend, Teresa, with a nest in the oak outside my door. Terry keeps me company and listens while I chatter as I work. Pterosaur. They're a species of flying lizard. I understand they can grow quite large in the south. More stuff about the south. Ring. My ring is shaped in gold like a braid of the herb Athelis with entwined leaves. I don't know how I lost it. I hardly ever take it off. Reward. I will give 6 golds to the person who returns my ring. It was a gift when I graduated from the College of Healing. Potions. I make and sell healing potion, power potion, vigor potion, and undead unguent. I don't know how to say that word. I'll look it up. Maybe. Healing potion. This potion is used to heal damage and keep wounds from getting worse. It's gotten pretty dangerous around here, and a healing potion can be quite useful in a serious situation. Vigor potion. Vigor potion is used to revitalize yourself after vigorous exercise. It helps restore stamina. Stamina. Stamina is a measure of the energy the body uses as you work or play. Power. Power potions restore the energy needed to cast spells. Undead unguent. Undead unguent is used to drive off the minor undead, such as zombies or floating spirits. It doesn't last long, so you should use it near where you're going to encounter such things.
Zombies. There are not too many zombies in this land. Too damp, I suppose. There's some floating spirits, I've heard. Floating spirits are the ghosts which usually hang around graveyards at night. They are dangerous, so don't go near them unless you use undead unwit first. Magic. I have the skill to use my magic to create potions. I'm a bit proud about it. Not everyone can do that, you know. Spell components. Always need ingredients for making potions. Right now, I need some of Rarana's flowers, magic mushrooms, trollbeard, and anything. Oh, yes, cheetah claws. I'll be happy to pay you if you bring me some. I also buy back any empty flask you have so that I can recycle them. Waste not, want not, after all. Trollbeard. The trolls around here are tough monsters that cannot stand the light of day, so are only found at night or in caves. They are very difficult to kill, and I'll pay 2 healing potions for the beard of a troll. I use flowers from Rarana's piece in the north in nearly all of my potions. They have some of the magic of the place even when they are dried. I'll pay you 5 silvers for a flask full of flowers. That's difficult to say. Rarana's piece. Almost due north of here is the meadow called Rarana's piece. It's a very magical area, and I understand that it is a place of safety. It is beautiful all year, for the flowers are always in bloom. Cheetah claws. The cheetah looks like a cross between a panther and a man. It is vicious and tough. Unless you're a very tough fighter, you had best try to get away from it. If you do manage to kill it, then I will pay you 5 silvers for each claw. Flasks. I will pay you 1 silver for each empty flask you bring me, so I can use it for more potions.
So you can't do like a scheme where you like buy a flask cheap from Casper and sell it to her. Like she pays less than what they cost.
Mandrake root. Mandrake root is used in a variety of spells, mostly for evil purposes. Mandrake must be pulled from the dead man's grave at midnight. Root's particularly powerful. Castle. You can see Spielburg Castle from my yard outside. The Baron lives there with only his guards for company, so I hear. Baron. Poor man, he hasn't been the same since his son and daughter were taken from him. Son. He was just a young, dashing man when he last rode off. He never returned. Daughter. The dear child, I can still picture her with her beautiful blonde hair done up in braids. She was so sweet. It's hard to believe she's gone. Brigands. Those brutes. I'm always having to heal someone who's beaten up and robbed. I hate thieves. Would you believe the brigands almost killed him a while back? Fortunately, their leader made them bring Heinrich here so I could heal him. Which is very interesting. Like, if the leader is such a baddie, why are they making sure that people are healed? Leader. I heard the brigand leader ordering those nasty men to bring poor Heinrich here after they hurt him so. Give them all a good scolding you can imagine. Okay, that's everything I have to talk to her about. What time are we at? Mid-morning. Actually, you know what? I haven't looked at what spells I have. Just zap right now. Okay, so I gotta make some money. Oh, by the way, if you happen to find a ring on your adventures, I lost my favorite gold ring. I will give a reward to the one who returns it. The gatehouse is a massive structure with the portcullis closing off access to the castle. The gate guard keeps a vigilant eye out for trouble as he paces back and forth on the castle parapet. He walks with the easy stride of a veteran soldier. My name is Karl. This is the castle of Baron Stephen von Spielburg. The stable keeper would use a strong young person to help clean the stables. Does not pay much, but it's good, honest work. If you would like to take the job, come on in. Let's grab the stable. Cleaning up after the horses is a good way to build up your muscles. My lord sees no one since the loss of his son and daughter. 10 years ago, the Baron's daughter Elsa was stolen away by magic. 5 years back, the Baronet Bernard von Spielburg went on a hunt from which he did not return. It's all clearly part of Baba Yaga's curse. The Baronet Bernard von Spielburg was a proud young man and had the dark hair and eyes of his father, the Baron. He rode off one morning and his horse returned without him. The horse had been raked by the claws of some large animal. There's still a reward offered for the safe return of the Baronet, but I fear he is dead. Now, see, Bernard is listed as a baronet, but a baronet is a title that is bestowed on an individual. It is a landed title, but it is not something that can be passed down. It's not like a king's children are prince and princess. A baron and a baronet actually have no relation. A baron is a smaller landholder, but a baron's children will be barons and baronesses if they inherit. Reward. There is still a reward offered for the safe return of Baronet and Elsa von Spielberg for 50 gold. For the capture or death of the brigand warlock, there's a reward of 50 gold. For the capture or death of the brigand leader, there's a reward of 50 gold, and the title of Hero of Spielberg. Hero. Hero of the realm of Spielberg is a title of respect and honor. A true hero can release this land from its curse using his intelligence and courage. Baba Yaga. This powerful ogress is the cause of all the Baron's misfortune. She's a vile creature who knows much magic. Curse. The Baron ordered Baba Yaga to leave, and she first cursed the graveyard. When he then sent the baronial guards after her, only their captain returned to the castle. The captain spoke the words, "Hear me, O mighty Baron, thou hast angered me, and thus you are cursed. All that you vow shall you lose, all that you treasure shall be taken from you," in a strange voice. Oops, dang it. The captain then dissolved into a pool of sticky blackness. Hut. Baba Yaga has her hut to the northwest. It's a very dangerous place, and many baronial guards have been lost there. Of course, the Baron ordered Baba Yaga to leave when she first cursed the graveyard. Oh, no, I read that already. Okay. Boop. Alrighty. Carl here loves to talk. He has a lot to say. But quite frankly, it's 3 in the morning and I have to go do laundry. So I think that's going to be it for today. We are going to save the game as heading into the... I can type faster than this can actually register that I'm typing. There we go. Heading into the castle. I'm going to save. And that's going to be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that come by and see me again sometime. And I will be streaming again basically when next I can. Thanks very much for watching and have a great night. Bye now.